Welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel here on the internet, Ray Guitard. I am Ray Guitard himself. Yes, I know, that's crazy. Like for a cheese sandwich. If you want a cheese sandwich, like this video. Today, guys, we got quite a bit to talk about, so let's just get started. If you have not heard of the now ex-YouTuber Cyrus before, he was a commentary YouTuber, just made those kinds of like reactions, like, oh my gosh, cringy kids on TikTok kind of reaction videos. Well, out of the blue, he randomly uploaded a video, and this is kind of what got me into the whole rabbit hole.
I'm going to start this by being as blunt as I can. I've been fucking up for a really long time, and I've been hurting a lot of people, especially a lot of women on the internet, and I just can't keep going on receiving all this positive support and pretending like everything is fine, daily uploading like I'm not fucking up every day. I just want to be completely honest with you guys, as I've been being honest with all of the girls that I had basically led on and hurt for so long. I've grown up on the internet for just about my entire life, and every single phase I've gone through, every single negative part of me that I've gone through, other people have had to experience on here. And it's a lot easier to mask in a 10-minute video than it is with people that I talk to every single day of my life. So a lot of you have absolutely no clue on what I'm about to say, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it, man.
He's gay. Okay, sorry.
Since I was probably around 15, 14, I've been lying to a lot of females and flirting with a lot of females, and I didn't ever understand the weight of it as it was through the internet. I thought that they would just talk to guys in real life, or that it wouldn't really affect them, but it does. These are real people with real feelings, and I've had to understand that these were people that really cared about me and really trusted me, and I completely broke that with so many different girls, and it's horrible.
Okay, sure, that sounds horrible. I mean, just kind of leading girls on isn't really the worst thing in the world. Girls do it to guys all the time. So to try and say that that makes you some horrible monster, not really. I mean, you probably shouldn't do it either or, but it happens. So, but let's just continue. There's actually a lot more.
Cocky, arrogant, and thinking that I was just some fucking, what's the word? Thinking that I was just like getting all these girls, man. But I was just hurting them. They were all thinking that they had met the one. They were all thinking that we were going to have a life together and shit. And that just wasn't true. It has led to me hurting a lot of people, man, and some of those people even being younger than me. Some are saying that one of the girls was like 12, but I just want to go ahead and say that's not the girl's age at all.
So pretty much the video ends there, and right off the bat, my initial thought was, okay, that's kind of some mundane bullshit. It doesn't really matter, okay, you tricked some girls into liking you. I dug into the drama just a little bit deeper, and once you go down just a layer deeper, things get out of control really, really fast. Well, then I found the initial point of where all of these allegations were coming from, why he made this video in the first place, which the video is now taken down. He took it down just a couple hours after he uploaded it, and then proceeded to private his entire channel, and I think he even deleted his channel now, because whenever you look it up, you can't even find it. It's kind of unfortunate because he made a lot of good content, but at this point, after the stuff that I read, there's really zero way that I could ever actually watch his stuff. So this Instagram account, D-Broken, started posting on her Instagram story the amount of people he has hurt and ruined because he had a little bit of fame. I've known him since I was 14 years old, and he has never changed. I hope everyone that happened to cross paths with this actual pedophile gets the healing they deserve. I'll go into more detail in DMs for anyone that's related to the situation or in locked with him. She also was posting screenshots from other people's Instagram stories. Someone named Hello Indigo said, he emotionally abused the frick out of me when I was 15. He allegedly groomed a 13-year-old. He is allegedly in possession of a ton of CP from all of his female fans that he manipulates into thinking they are friends until they send nudes, and then he drops them. He allegedly cheated on his ex 10 times with 10 different women. He wrapped me into his schizophrenic delusions that he is a literal angel who made a deal with the devil for YouTube fame. He used me for sexual shit when I was a naive freshman and then dumped me and tells everyone I'm crazy. If you are one of the girls in his circle, run. He uses every single woman he convinces is his friend. He will use you. He is not worth it. The dude is ugly as frick anyways. Ask any of his ex-friends. That man is freaking insane. That's a lot of allegations. Alright, that gets a little wacky. The whole thing about him tricking her into thinking he was a literal angel who sold his soul for YouTube fame. I mean, I guess he was dealing with a 14-year-old, but still, a 14-year-old really shouldn't think that that was reality, I mean, it's just a random YouTuber. You think he's an angel? That's crazy. That's kind of insane. But this person went on to say, "Frick Cyrus, you and your whole washed up, abusing, misogynistic friend group belong in straitjackets. If you see me suddenly hop off the internet for a bit, it's most definitely because the little bitch will send me a cease and desist just like his best friend did. Also, he roleplayed as a furry in amino groups when he was 13, and he sucks his thumb when he's upset." Dang, forget the pedophile accusations. That furry stuff, that's gonna stick, man. That's gonna hurt your reputation. You can't let people think that you're a furry now, man. And then D Broken kept posting and said he keeps his ex in his house and constantly talks about how much he hates her life because of her and stuff. Alright, that sentence made my brain break for a second, sorry. He cheated on her, and with her, on more occasions than I can even count. There has been over 30 girls that he just takes advantage of and tears down for his own benefit. He never cared, and if you think he did, I am so sorry. If you're one of his e-girls, I'm begging you for your own good, run. He will twist the situation like he always does, and he never actually takes accountability for anything he has ever done because he's constant allowed to get away with it, but this time it's enough. If you sex with a 13-year-old, you are bound to go down no matter what. And my thought to put to his mother and family. She said, there is so much crap to the situation, I have recordings of him admitting to everything as well. And she said on this post, keep in mind he is pushing 20. To all the people supporting him on his YouTube video, I hope you realize the seriousness and the situation after finding out all the clearly very crucial parts he decided to leave out. So, his whole response video that he made, he decided to leave a bit out, and we actually have the full call, the full video.
I didn't know how to talk to you and confront everything. And I want to try to right now. Like, specifically the I don't know, I'm just going to say Cherry, I guess. I've never really called her that, but the Cherry stuff. I remember the day it happened, and I'm just going to tell it exactly as is. I kind of left a couple details out when I was telling Ryan earlier because I didn't want to, like, I don't know. I thought that it would come out like I was, like, what's the word? Not justifying, that's not right. It sounded like I was giving it a reason for why it happened the first time in my head, so I didn't tell him.
Rationalizing
exactly,
it? Is that what he means?
I was drunk one night. I went up
Nice.
to my room when I was living with my friends. I was probably...
You know, after this, maybe Ethan Klein has a point. There's just too many creeps out there, man. There really are just too many creeps in the YouTube space.
maybe 17 at the time. I'm really bad with time. I'm just going to say I was fucking 19, bro, because at this point I don't care. I feel like a fucking monster, man. Whenever I was talking to her, there had been this thing going on for a really long time where she'd, like, message me, like, really horny stuff, right? And I would do the thing on Snapchat where you slide slowly so, like, you can see the message without it, like, opening and stuff. And I remember in the beginning, I was a little uncomfortable. I was more grounded, I guess. I was just kind of like, ew. I think I told her not to do that one time or something. But this particular day, I don't know. I had seen it for like the billionth time, and then I acted on it. And I can't ever undo that, man. I had no reason to act on it. I had no reason to have her added. I had no reason to fucking say hello to her. There wasn't anything specific about her or something. It wasn't because of her age or anything, or because of how she looked or anything. It's just somebody showed me that they really, like, wanted to do shit with me. And I was like, wow, somebody wants to do shit with me. And then it happened that first time, right? And then the next day, I felt a bunch of guilt. And I was like, dude, I was really fucked up last night. Like, can we forget that happened? I don't want to go into the conversational specifics, but I'm going to try to. She was like, so you didn't like it? I was like, well, I did, but it's wrong. And I was never able to put in the words why it's wrong, even though it's obvious. I'm older than her. I'm too old for her at this age. It's kind of weird. It's pretty fucking weird. It wasn't ever about her age, though, to me. That's just what made me feel so fucking wrong about it in the beginning. And I couldn't say that. I don't know why I didn't.
I mean, there you go. He literally admitted to texting an underage girl. Then D Broken just kept posting, saying, and people are saying, well, he did it as a child, and stuff like that. He did this up until 3 days ago. Don't believe anything that comes out of that guy's mouth. Ever he will pull the victim card like he did with me for so many years and push me down so he could abuse the situation however he liked. Okay, so these are really recent too, apparently. Like, this isn't just past stuff that happened years ago. Every single time this kind of stuff comes out, like the Justin Roiland stuff, the Andrew Callahan stuff, I always try and give it the benefit of a doubt. I don't take it at face value, especially whenever there's not a lot of evidence, but I mean, you hear it from the horse's mouth. You heard it from him. He admitted to texting an underage child, dude. Like a 12-year-old, dude. I'm so glad people are finally speaking up. I was convinced everyone was crazy and lying because he told me so for such a long time. You're not crazy. He was fully aware of what he was doing, and he keeps doing it because he knows he'll keep getting away with it. This isn't the first time he's talked to a minor, but 12? It's not defendable in any way at all, no matter what anyone says, especially him. He says he'll get help, but he never has. She was 12 years old, dude. And then she posted screenshots of I believe, her texting Cyrus. You are so gross, bruh. You're the same as you always were. I hope I can change, man. I'm so sorry. You disgust me. I understand. How can you do something like that? A freaking child? And you always played with people. You always have. You always will. You never deserved me or anyone that cares for you. I dedicated my life to you, even when I knew you freaking used me. And then you lie about me, just like how you lied to me about the girls you talked to. You fucking scum. You always apologize and swear you'll change, but you never even try. God, I don't even know what to say, man. I fucked up so bad so many times. You're right. There's nothing you can say to ever make this right. Yeah, dude, you literally texted a 12-year-old girl. And this is clearly him just quite literally admitting to it again. He didn't even address it. He's a liar, and being a pedophile is not the same as I messed up. Please stop supporting him and feeding into his delusions. And he had 1.4 million subs, bro. He was not a small channel. He was a really large, sizable channel. And yeah, in the original video, he never mentioned any of the underage stuff, any of the minor stuff. I mean, he did mention it, but he didn't take accountability for it. But he also quite literally admitted to it on a phone call. So another user posted, now that everyone has come out with their stories and the truth about him has come out. When I was 14 to 15, I was talking to a semi-famous commentary YouTuber. He used me, manipulated me, and guilt-tripped me to get what he wanted every time. After he ignored and left me, I realized a year later what had happened. I was hurt and felt useless, and I was scared of talking to men altogether. Years later, multiple girls have came out with their experiences and their stories. I've seen Hello Indigo's stories and TikToks and felt like I should do my part as well. I was too young to go through something like that. I was broken and angry for multiple years, and we're just now moving on when I got the texts. I feel so sorry for everyone he hurt and everyone he dated. I was never officially his girlfriend, so I felt like my experience wasn't useful, but my friend encouraged me to say something. He has now been exposed and confirmed pedophile due to him talking to a 12-year-old girl when he was 16 to 17. If he was 16 to 17 whenever he was talking to the 12-year-old girl, that's not pedophilia. That girl needs to fix what her definition of pedophilia is. But he admitted that he was 19 years old. Cyrus the Bird is a horrible person and he belongs in jail, and yes, he still has pictures of me that can classify as CP. You know he is absolutely deleting all of those right now, bro. He is purifying his hard drive right now, dude. He's clearing everything. Sorry for blurry, but he also sent me this. Don't do this to me. Oh my god, you look at me for 3 seconds and start noticing it all. My first time getting head, it was so bad. I tried to imagine it was you. I don't think I ever told you that. I wanted to finish so bad so it'd be over. I just kept trying to think of you, but it made me go soft anytime I opened my eyes. That's just creepy, bro. Anyone's like sexual DMs are always gonna be cringy whenever they're out of context, you know what I mean? But that one just seemed weird. That one just looked weird. I don't like that one. I don't fuck with that one. Or like, I get you're in school and all, but imagine me turning you around and pinning you down while you're bent over and fucking your little pussy from behind and pulling on your hair while I smack your ass as I pound into you deeply over and over as you moan, and I let out sexual groans and moans for you until I come inside you and you're filled with all my sticky hot white cum, and then I lay down with you and cuddle, and I tell that you've been a good girl and I love you. I think that was him saying that. That's crazy. I just don't understand how all of these YouTubers are so like sexual and shit. How do you become this depraved and just degenerate, dude? That's really gross. Here's another conversation with Cyrus. Floor 777? No? Did you just tell me no? I'm sorry, but it's the X song. Don't ever say no to me ever again. I won't. Good, you almost saw my bad side. Alright, cringe. That's just cringe. And Cyrus is now gay and cringe. He asked me to carve this into my leg. Number one, I'm not gonna put that fully to blame on him. It's kind of crazy that you would ever think it was okay to carve something into your flesh to begin with, especially to carve anyone's initials into your skin is insane. You should have saw that and been like, maybe I shouldn't carve people's initials into my name. Maybe that's a little weird to carve things into my flesh. But I'm not gonna fully blame you also, because if you were a 15-year-old girl, it's definitely a little different. It's actually a lot different, should I say. If you're a child and he's a famous YouTuber, I can understand that there might be a power dynamic. Can I come in your pussy or nah? And now I got coke on my shirt, alright. One day you need to call me and turn on face cam and just let me beat off to you. Okay, you're choking on your coke now. I guess you don't like that idea? Never mind then. I was changing shirts. Yes, shut up. Would you like that? Would you? So he wants to pull a Louis C.K. apparently and just beat off in front of a girl. And that's pretty much where all of this kind of wraps up. And at the end of the day, what does a gay retard have to say about all of it? I'm glad that all of this is coming out. Glad that there's actual proof being shown. And I'm glad that this guy isn't going to be a public figure anymore. I'm glad that he's not going to have access to people he can continue to hurt and manipulate. And my heart goes out to all the people that he hurt, bro. Seriously, some of this stuff is crazy. So don't be a furry, don't be gay and cringe. Gay retard out. If you're a furry and you're watching this, get out. Gross. Go. That's gross.